Now from the prestigious Quail Hollow Club here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Welcome, I'm Rich Lerner. We will check in with Nota Begay III and Iona Stephen as we move along, but I'm pleased, as always, to be joined in the 18th tower by a man who won 15 times around the world, Frank Nobilo. And Frank, looking forward to what should be a fun afternoon of golf.
Yeah, very much so, Rich. When you've waited all morning, those afternoon rounds are a little special, aren't they? I'm really looking, though, for today to see if they come out of the gates nice and quick. That's for sure. I know the finish here is always important, but get out of the gates quick and then see if you can finish the job this afternoon.
Is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine.
This par 5 green is well protected. That's two good shots, but that bunker's there for a reason. Now, with some nifty sand play, we're looking at 4.
All right, not exactly what you're hoping for, but safely on the putting surface with birdie still in play. 12 feet still to go. So that's in for his par, and he'll remain even for his round. Now to the 16th hole. It is a better than 500-yard par 4, and it begins what they call the Green Mile. It is as tough a finishing stretch as you will find anywhere in golf.
And it's also beautiful to the eye when you stand on that 16th tee. It does play downhill nearly 10 yards, so that bunker on the right side is 320, take away the 10, so it's about 310 to carry. If you can take that line, you will choose so much off this hole. And then the second shot also is a little down breeze, and it has like an infinity edge. You can't see the back of this green. What a great way to start the Green Mile. Well, that drive was enormous. I know it's in the rough, but that is long.
Ball appears to be sitting up here in the rough at the 16th hole. Decent lie, but you just won't be able to get it to spin. See what he can do now with this, his second shot.
It's a solid shot and a green in regulation, but a little away from the band.
Let's bring in Nota Begay III for a look at birdie.
Just has to get the ball started and it will work back to the right and toward the hole.
Oh no, I think he was about ready to walk that in. That looked on target the whole way. Okay, that one cleaned up without any issue, and that is a par. Next up is Quail Hollow's signature hole, the 190-yard par 317. Tee shot playing almost entirely over water to a peninsula green. The bunker on the right collects many bailout tee shots, inviting disaster with a poorly executed explosion shot. A tester, to say the least. All right, you don't have to catch it on the middle of the face every time. That's on the middle of the dance floor, and a birdie putt coming up. Not that time. Pretty good effort, but it'll wander a couple of feet by. Okay, that's finished off for a par. Our day at beautiful Quail Hollow ends with a 494-yard par 4 18. Downhill tee shot is framed with a nasty bunker on the right and the stream on the left side. The uphill second shot can still land in the stream on the left, so delicacy is required. This is turning a little to his left. Yeah, nothing to fault there. Good balance, good follow through, and a good start to this hole. This is position A, right in the fairway, and 180 yards to go. This one looks right on point. That's some good work there. Able to hold the elevated green and now has a good look at birdie. Well played. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Yes, nicely done. It's in for birdie, and it's into red figures now at 1 under par. Another thriller from here at Quail Hollow in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. And for all of us here at EA Sports, so long until next time. EA Sports coverage of PGA Tour Golf brings us to the home of the President's Cup in 2022 and future home of the PGA Championship in 2025 as we're at Quail Hollow here in suburban Charlotte. With Frank Nobilo by my side, I'm Rich Lerner. Frank, as weekend golfers know, there's always part of your game that you're focused on. So I'll ask the question, what are you going to be looking at here today?
Tee to green, Rich. I know people always say putting's important. I'm not going to say it's overrated, but tee to green. If you want to play good golf day in, day out, fairways greens. That's the secret.
Yeah, just what you want at this point in the round. You're trying to find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there. has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5. Frank got everything out of that.
Yeah, did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot.
For the round. Here it is, folks, the Green Mile, one of the most daunting finishing stretches in the game. It begins with a 506-yard par 4 16th, a dogleg to the right, demanding a draw on the second shot to take on the water. Missed the green right, and it is a treacherous downhill shot to a green that runs away to the water. Good luck. Good looking drive here, right on the heels of the eagle. That is right where you want to be. Second shot coming up. Let's check in for the first time with Nota Begay III.
He's got 141 to the hole. The pin is stuck in the front right section of the green.
Nah, got it out there too far. It was trying to come back, but couldn't get there. Okay, no problem with that one. So much can happen here at the 17th, par 3, 223 yards. This is where tournaments are won or lost, and it's also the signature hole here at Quail Hollow. What do you think of it, Frank?
It's tough, Rich. It really is, because you have to make a decision. It plays about half a club downhill. That's 5 yards. And then the tendency is to try and aim it too straight, or in layman's term, try and hit too good a shot. Please, just aim a little to the right. Put another yard or two on your tee shot to the right side. Just respect that. And then you'll have an outside chance of making two. You will gain on the field. I promise you.
And that one going to wind up smack dab in the middle of the green. He has a 12-footer here. Not a problem. That's in for birdie, and that score moves to 2 under par. There aren't many golf courses that are both menacing and beautiful. Quail Hollow certainly is in that category, and this is a great example. The finishing hole, 494 yards, the 18th. It's a downhill tee shot. It is framed by that nasty bunker on the right. The real trouble, though, and we've seen this with tournaments through the years that have come down to the wire, is that stream on the left. If you hook it a little bit too far, you're wet. Then there's that uphill second shot, and the stream is still in play. There's a lot going on here on this finishing hole. Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. Final approach shot of the day here at 18. Frank, what's the key?
A nice high shot that just holds from that left side would be perfect. But it's so hard to get the ball all the way back because this second shot is played slightly uphill, nearly 3/4 of a club.
It's an excellent iron play there. Takes advantage of the good lie and just knocks it stiff. This will slide a bit right. It's for birdie. Yes, a good look at that one all the way in. It's a birdie to push that score to 3 under for the round. Frank, once again, we saw a lot of outstanding golf here at Quail Hollow.
And we saw why this is such a great driver's course, Rich. The fact that so many holes bend in different directions, the ability to hit the correct tee shot, and the reward you get when you do it. Quail Hollow certainly stands up to the best in the country.
We enjoyed it from the tower. For Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner, saying so long until next time. Welcome in, everyone, to EA Sports' continuing coverage of PGA Tour Golf. Alongside Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner, and partner, you and I have called a lot of rounds of golf through the years. I know there's always something that piques your interest. How about today?
Rich, every day brings you a chance to do something special. And when we get to sit in this perch, that's what I look for. And I don't want to see the head going down. I want to see that every single shot is a chance to do something special. That could be a chip. Maybe the chip goes in. Maybe it's a 30-footer that goes in. Maybe a drive gets rifled down the fairway. Do something special.
And that will do just fine.
And that second shot on this par 5, it just came out too low, came out like a bullet. That first bounce, it wasn't going to stop. Second bounce wasn't going to stop, and just ran over the back.
Ah, yes, very well read. To 1 under now for the day. It is one of the more famous stretches, or should I say infamous stretches in golf. It depends on how you play it. We start at the 16th hole. 16, 17, and 18. They call it the Green Mile, and it begins with the 506-yard par 4 16. Walking the course today, let's bring in Nota Begay the third.
He's looking at 136 yards to the front, 154 to the hole. The pin is in the front right part of the green.
This one's looking good.
Oh, just the strike, the sound of it. And the ball does the rest. Great shot.
See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. You bet. Easy as can be. That's in for birdie. As if 16 wasn't hard enough, now you take a look at this 190-yard par 3 17th, almost entirely over water to that green. Take a deep breath, refocus, and hit a shot. Okay, that one's dancing. Ah, the line. Perfect there. That's in for a birdie. Here we go, the par 4 18th, the final 494 yards of this green mile, and it is no walk in the park, is it, Frank?
No, and the decision you have to make on the tee as well, Rich. You can see the stream all the way down the left side, plus the bunker on the right. So the decision is, do I hit 3-wood or something just short of the bunker, around 290 yards, or do I have a club that can go 320 to the narrowest part of the fairway? So, fairway, longer shot, risk, shorter shot, your decision.
He just keeps motoring right along. Another good tee shot right there. Frank, what's the player need to watch out for here at 18?
That false front doesn't finish till at least 8 or 9 yards on, Rich, and then you've got two different tiers. Plus, it's a narrow green. Club selection here is just so important.
Outstanding strike right there, right off the center of the club face, and a good chance for birdie. This is an 11-foot putt. Got it there, but not quite on target. Three under on the day. That'll wrap it up from here in the tower at Quail Hollow. I'm Rich Lerner. For Frank Nobilo and all of us here at EA Sports, thank you for playing along, and we'll see you next time. EA Sports, and the PGA Tour, so proud to bring you continuing coverage of the world of golf. With Frank Nobilo by my side, I'm Rich Lerner. Frank, as weekend golfers know, there's always part of your game that you're focused on, so I'll ask the question, what are you going to be looking at here today?
Tee to green. Rich, I know people always say putting's important. I'm not going to say it's overrated, but tee to green. If you want to play good golf day in, day out, fairways greens. That's the secret.
No problems there. That's going to wind up safely in the fairway.
Two solid shots at the par 5 and found the green side bunker. Lie looks good. Now, just needed a good bunker shot.
All right, not exactly what you're hoping for, but safely on the putting surface with birdie still in play. Oh yes, that's the right line, and it's in for a birdie. Well done. Here it is, folks, the Green Mile, one of the most daunting finishing stretches in the game. It begins with a 506-yard par 4 16, a dogleg to the right, demanding a draw on the second shot to take on the water. Missed the green right, and it is a treacherous downhill shot to a green that runs away to the water. Good luck. Down on the course, let's check in with Notabegay III.
160 to the hole, coming off a birdie on the previous, looking for 2 in a row.
I like the looks of this one.
Oh, I always knew that was going to be a good shot when it left the club face. What's that, 8 or 9 feet? Excellent shot.
Birdie putt now moving to his right. He'll say he should have made that. So we'll tidy that up for his par, and he'll remain in red figures at 1 under. Next up is Quail Hollow's signature hole, the 190-yard par 317. Tee shot playing almost entirely over water to a peninsula green. The bunker on the right collects many bailout tee shots, inviting disaster with a poorly executed explosion shot. A tester, to say the least. Well, that one didn't work out. Didn't look bad in the air. It hit the green, but didn't sit.
Yeah, it was never going to stop.
Yeah, good concentration there. That's a distance where a putt could get away, but that, in for a par. Our day at beautiful Quail Hollow ends with a 494-yard par 418. Downhill tee shot is framed with a nasty bunker on the right and the stream on the left side. The uphill second shot can still land at the stream on the left, so delicacy is required. Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Oh, this could be good.
Well, I don't have my tape measure out, but that looks like, 6, 7 feet in there, but that is an excellent approach shot.
Right around 6 feet here for birdie. Yeah, walk that one right in. That's a good putt. And it's in for a birdie. So for Frank Nobilo and all of us here at EA Sports, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. This is EA Sports PGA Tour Golf. Alongside Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner, and partner, you and I have called a lot of rounds of golf through the years. I know there's always something that piques your interest. How about today?
Rich, every day brings you a chance to do something special. And when we get to sit in this perch, that's what I look for. And I don't want to see the head going down. I want to see that every single shot is a chance to do something special. That could be a chip. Maybe the chip goes in. Maybe it's a 30-footer that goes in. Maybe a drive gets rifled down the fairway. Do something special.
No issues here. That is into the fairway. That's it. Two solid shots right there, Frank.
Certainly taking advantage of this par 5 and comfortably on for 2.
So now this one, got to have enough to get up a fairly steep slope. This for eagle. A 6-footer now for birdie. Yeah, can't take those for granted. Good concentration there, and it's in for a birdie. It is one of the more famous stretches, or should I say infamous stretches in golf. It depends on how you play it. We start at the 16th hole. 16, 17, and 18. They call it the Green Mile, and it begins with the 506-yard par 4 16. Second shot coming up. Let's check in for the first time with Nota Begay III.
Left himself with 155, pin in the right front.
Rich, there's one thing about good iron play. When you hit it and it comes off the club face, you know it's going to be close. More evidence there.
See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Yes, very methodically done, and that one in for a birdie. As if 16 wasn't hard enough, now you take a look at this 190-yard par 3 17th, almost entirely over water to that green. Take a deep breath, refocus, and hit a shot. Okay, can't take putts that length for granted, but that's in for a par. There aren't many golf courses that are both menacing and beautiful. Quail Hollow certainly is in that category, and this is a great example. The finishing hole, 494 yards, the 18th. It's a downhill tee shot. It is framed by that nasty bunker on the right. The real trouble, though, and we've seen this with tournaments through the years that have come down to the wire, is that stream on the left. If you hook it a little bit too far, you're wet. Then there's that uphill second shot, and the stream is still in play. There's a lot going on here on this finishing hole. .177 is the distance here as he preps his second to the par 4. Here we go.
Well, I don't have my tape measure out, but that looks like, 6-7 feet in there, but that is an excellent approach shot.
6 feet now for birdie. Very smooth there. That one in for a birdie. Today, from the teeth of the dog course at the seaside Casa de Campo Resort in the Dominican Republic, this is EA Sports PGA Tour Golf. With Frank Nobilo by my side, I'm Rich Lerner. Frank, as weekend golfers know, there's always a part of your game that you're focused on. So I'll ask the question, what are you going to be looking at here today?
Tee to green, Rich. I know people always say putting's important. I'm not going to say it's overrated, but tee to green. If you want to play good golf day in, day out, fairways greens. That's the secret.
And that was flirting with disaster the whole way, and it's going to wind up hopping into the bunker. Yeah, the green just didn't want to hold that one. That'll run off into the short grass. Yep, good work not to let that get away, and that's in for a par. Now we're into this finishing stretch here, this famous par 3 16th hole. If you're a player, I know you are, this is the kind of challenge you want. This tee box, this hole, that ocean right there, can you handle it? Let's see what you got. That one safely on the putting surface. Nope. So he'll finish that off for his par, and it's going to keep him level for his round. This golf course just doesn't quit, does it? More magnificent views of the ocean on the right, and this, the 17th, is the toughest hole on the backside. Yeah, that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine. So not a whole lot left to go here as he'll set up his second to this par 4. A 4-footer here for birdie. Okay, just how you draw it up. That one in for a birdie. Now the finishing hole here at Teeth of the Dog, Casa de Campo, one of the strangest golf holes you will see, complete with a runway going right through it. A siren would go off when a plane was approaching, up until 1999, that is, when the runway was closed. Yeah, this used to be a landing strip.
Drive down the right might have been a little easier, but ball sitting fine down the left side of the fairway. The hole's cut middle left. What do you got?
Second shot coming up, and we say hello to Iona Stephen.
Just a little under 120 yards will get you to the front of the green, but it's 132 if you're going to go for the flag. Pin on the left portion of this green, so it will favour a wee draw.
Good shot. Safely on the green and a birdie chance.
This will be a 14-foot putt here. Oh, there's the surgeon's touch right there. Well done to run that in for a birdie. EA Sports coverage of the world of golf brings us to the banks of Puget Sound and Chambers Bay Golf Course just outside of Tacoma, Washington. Rich Lerner, pleased as always to be joined by Frank Nobilo up here in the tower. Frank, Chambers Bay's gone through some changes since it hosted the U.S. Open back in 2015. How do you size up just how the course plays now?
Definitely better. I remember when Jordan Spieth won there in 2015. It was so new to us all, but all the changes have been positive. And it's semi-links golf, so get out there, have a look around, let the ball bounce and roll a little bit. But there's some fun, really fun shots to be hit out there.
This one out to the right, trying to draw in against the breeze. Yeah, nothing to fault there. Good balance, good follow-through, and a good start to this hole. Just 90 yards remaining here for his second into the par 4.
That's a bit of a head turner, really. That was a green light situation from that distance, and far from the best shot I've seen today.
That is crafty right there. A beautiful putt, and the result is a birdie. Getting set to tee off at the 11th hole, long par 4, 537 yards. Frank, how do you play this hole, with a bazooka?
Yeah, try and take that dune out of play, that's for sure, in the middle of the fairway. Bunkers down the left are more for scenic rather than they're not really problematic for the player off the tee. Just, as I said, hit it over that dune, and then really there's a ridge in the middle of the screen, so you've got to be on the right level.
And that, a well-placed bunker. It'll collect plenty of shots just like that one as this indeed rolls into the sand.
Not the best shot we've seen today, but when you consider that was hit out of the fairway bunker, it certainly gets a pass grade.
We turn to Nota Begay III for this look at birdie.
And this is definitely coming from his left, just slightly down the slope.
Yeah, that's not bad. He was hoping that would come down a little more, but that's a good effort. So we'll finish that off for his par to remain 1 under for the round. The 12th here at Chambers Bay is known as the Narrows. What's the play here, Frank?
too, really. You could just sort of iron it down there, have a little wedge or a pitch in there with no sweat whatsoever. Or, if you want to have a little bit of fun, if you can drive it over that bunker that's just short left of this green, you might just putt for an eagle.
That one flirting with the left edge of the fairway.
While there's good bounces, there's bad bounces. That was a good one.
So after nearly driving this par 4, his second from behind the green.
That's the benefit of really bombing a tee shot down there. You get a simple little chip, you knock it close, and looks like another birdie.
That's as stress-free a birdie as you're going to get on this course. That is well done. 13th hole now, it's a dogleg right, par 4. Frank?
But at 534 yards, you need an eagle eye, which is the name of the hole, to find exactly where you want to hit this. Doglegs to the right. There is a fairway that's plenty wide to accept a good tee shot. And then from there on in, it's actually a relatively straightforward second shot, providing you can miss that bunker that's just short in the middle of the green.
Oh, and that just did not want to settle. It'll wind up rolling off the fairway and into the heavy stuff. We'll see how much that missed fairway is going to cost him this, his second from far back. Frank, it wasn't the sexiest shot, but it was an important one. How was he able to extricate himself from that heavy rough with a middle iron?
I don't know, Rich. Maybe we've got a new contestant for Mr. Universe, because it takes some muscle to get it out of that thick stuff, especially when you don't have that much loft. A 5-iron, that's a dodgy call.
Ten-foot putt left. Nope. Good effort, but that's going to wander a few feet by. Okay, good job to limit the damage, as that's in for a bogey. Frank, this is the 5th par 4 in a row, and they're not easy. This one here at 14, really a daunting tee shot.
It is. That's why it's called Cape Fair. A true Cape hole in golf, Rich, is when you've got to decide how much you want to bite off when you hit across a slight dogleg. And this one, really, you're going to be rewarded the further left you can go. There is one little bunker in the middle of the fairway that you have to avoid. That's going to be 320 or so yards off the tee. This hole, 546 yards, you're going to see a variety of second shots, or the length of second shots here, determined purely by the bravery of the tee shot.
Ooh. Notice down there, is that as bad as it looks? One under on the day. At last, Frank, a break from those long par fours. We just played 5 par fours in a row. Now the par 3 15.
And also, as you can see in the distance, you can actually see a tree, one of the few that are on the golf course. Hence the name of 15. It's called Lone Fir. Not overly long, just a little short hole. But in a US Open, obviously they can play it at around 250 yards. It's just a fun par 3. But check where that flag is, because sometimes 3 is a good score here. But an easy flag position, then go straight at it.
Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Okay, pretty big swing necessary there, and that's not all that bad from that far away. Yeah, good putt. Give him a Sandy for his efforts there as he escapes that green side bunker and comes away with a par. Now to the 3-hole finishing stretch here at Chambers Bay, and we get it started with a relatively short par 4. It's a 423-yard hole, the 16th, Frank.
Being slightly to the right, there's a huge bunker all the way down the right side that sort of starts, I don't know, maybe about 100 yards off the tee, goes all the way to the green. You go right, and then you realize why this hole is called.
Yeah, just what you want at this point in the round. You're trying to find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there. Should be able to spin this if he wants. 96 yards left for his second. That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
Okay, probably was expecting a little more from this hole after the big drive, but he does walk away with a par. Just 2 holes left to play. Now a par 3, the 17th, 218 yards, and all sorts of trouble, Frank, down that right.
Well, if you weren't beached at 16, at the 16th, there's a chance you can be derailed, which is what this hole's called, at 17. Difficult par 3. You can see the bunker there in front, and once again, wind conditions. This is going to probably require one of the best tee shots, especially in the closing stages of US Open.
Looking to splash this softly onto the green. Okay, safely on the putting surface out of the sand. Would have maybe liked to run that up a little further, but that's not the worst shot in the world. Oh, he's saying, where's the turn? That didn't move nearly as much as he anticipated. Cleans that up in the hole. Now to the 18th hole. Frank, everyone wants to finish in style.
Yeah, the home hole here, once again you head back to just a wonderful view, and you realise that Chambers Bay was designed as a walking golf course, and it was designed to have fun and test every department in your game. 18 will do that. It probably gives you more trouble on both sides of the hole than any other hole on the golf course.
That one looking a little right. Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there.
That second shot got all the way down by the green, but in the bunker. So we'll have to see what the explosion shot can do from here. Really need a birdie right now.
Not an ideal result there. Hoping to maybe get this close. It is on the green, but not where you want to be. So this for a finishing birdie at 18.
Yeah, really not a whole lot in this. Maybe just started around the left edge, but it's fairly flat all the way.
Nearly had it. Just going to wander a foot or so by. Okay, so that will wind up a par at the last, and that will finish off our round of golf. Frank, this was our first trip to Chambers Bay here in the state of Washington, and it provided a stunning and dramatic backdrop for the national championship for the U.S.